Hey everyone, Melanie Menschinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Today I've got a new project for you with my newest set from Gina K Designs, embroidered flowers, and I'm going to be showing you how to do this really simple direct to paper technique with your ink pads. This is going to make a perfect piece of cloth or linen or distressed denim for you to then do any of these embroidered floral and leaf images onto. The products that we're going to be using today, in addition to the embroidered flowers set, I've got this Funky Flourish stencil from Gina K Designs, and I love all the different stencils that have the different kind of leafy or flowery shapes. It just makes a great background for these images. The inks that I'm using today, I've got the powder blue for that direct to stamp and for the sponging, and then I've got the blue denim, which is going to coordinate with the cardstock. Got the blue denim cardstock here. This is 4 1/4 inches across by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2 for an A2 size top fold card. Then I've got 2 pieces of white Gina K Pure Luxury layering weight cardstock. So one of these is 4 inches by 5 1/4. That's going to layer right onto our card base. And then we've got one that is 1/4 inch smaller on both sides. So I will post all these measurements below in the description along with all of these different supplies. I've also got the Gina K tape runner from ThermoWeb. I've got a white ink pen just to do a few little accents. One of the life-changing blending brushes. You can find these at Picket Fence Studios or on the Gina K site, either the full pack or the different assortments. I really like the large one for a big stencil. And then we're also going to be using a acrylic block. This is one of the ones that Gina K carries, the 3 by 4 inch one. And then I am using the incentive set for the month. So this is called Scripty Encouragement, and it is free for you with any 75 or more purchase before you put it in the cart, and it'll automatically add to the cart. You don't have to put in a coupon code or anything. Coupon? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and begin by making this background. So we're going to take that smaller white mat, and I'm going to put down some, just this is regular printer paper just to keep my craft mat from getting stained from the ink. And I'm going to take my powder blue pad, and I'm just going to drag this down the cardstock. So this is the same way you would do the wood grain technique. And I'm going to go from both ends so that I've got that deep blue at the top and at the bottom. And this is going to fade to the same color as this, so it will lighten up. So keep that in mind if you're doing it. You can always go back and add some more, so you might want to wait and just see how much that's going to lighten up. Now I'm going to take my stencil, and I'm thinking that I might do a different layout here, either maybe do a landscape style. Maybe we can have the greeting go along like this, or on the side with it over here, or maybe like this. I think I'm going to do something like that, just to change it up. Okay, so we're going to take the powder blue ink, and I'm just going to swirl the brush onto that pad, and then lightly go in to those open areas. And if you want to tape this down with some of the purple tape, you can. And I just love stencils. They're kind of the lazy man's tool, that the better they look, the less consistent that you are with them, because it's going to kind of create just a nice slow fade in different areas. I like it better when it really just looks like you have it soft in some places and darker in other places. Now let's go ahead and put that greeting on there, and I'm going to use the blue denim for this. So I Love Your Style before, and you could also do one of the ones. I've got the Love Me, the Happy Birthday, the Thank You. So you could use one of those from the embroidered greetings, but I just wanted to do a long one on this one. So I think I'll do I Love You. Got Valentine's Day coming up. And I'm doing a monochromatic card today here, but you could absolutely put colored inks on top of this pale blue. So you can see, I hope you can see how that's already fading out. But I just really like the dark blue on light blue, like a pair of jeans. Oh wait, I pulled off the You Are Awesome. All right, well that's what I'm using then, I guess. Okay, and you can use your Misty if you need to. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and just embellish this with some of these different flowers and leaves. It's getting a little sticky now. Flip this over. So before I used this flower, let's see, did I use the large and the small one? I have two sizes. I think I want to use this one. And if you want, you can do both the powder blue and the dark blue. I might go ahead and do that just to add a little bit more depth. And make sure if you're going to stamp off that you're not getting just part of the stamp. So if you want to have it the second generation of that stamped off image, you want to stamp it off on this paper or have the full image somewhere and then go off the edge. You don't want to make that line there. So I just wanted to point that out. And I've got my tidy towel here, but I don't have it wet. So I'm just going to kind of try to clean that off so that I'm not transferring the ink onto my fingers and then onto my project. I want to use some of the different flowers though here. So I'm going to do, I think, this blue one. Or it's not blue, but it's blue now because I'm putting that on there. I had a little, one second, I've got like a little something on there that was making it skip. Okay, let's put that there. And I'm going to put just a leaf in there to get rid of that little place where it skipped. So you might want to check it, look in the light before you stamp something. Let's see, I'm just going to do, I think, one of these little leaves. You might want to have a smaller block for the smaller images. Do that one. But I'm just using the one block. But you see I'm getting it very dirty. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I want to connect some of these. So I'm going to use this vine. That. Whoop. Trying to keep my head out of the way. There. And you can kind of follow along with the different flourishes to kind of give you some direction about where you want to put the images. Okay. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go back to this powder blue and just add a few smaller ones. So I'm going to grab a clean smaller block to do this. So I'm going to put in just a couple of these. You could maybe put one here as well. I think I do want to put a couple down here. So I'm going to do, kind of layer those together. There we go. Okay. And like I said, if you want, you can go back and you can add more of this ink. You could even do just a little hint of this, but you don't want to go over your greeting. Okay, now I'm going to take that white pen and I just want to put just some little accents in here. So I'm just go over. Hang on, I got a couple different white pens floating around. This one's starting to dry up a little bit. Let's try this one. And this is just a gel pen. It's the Jelly Roll Sakura. Okay, yeah, that one's a lot brighter. So that's just going to make those centers pop. And if you've got a white craft pad, I do have those little circles that will fill these in. But I just wanted it to be nice bright white. I could also do it with embossing powder. But this is just a quick way to add that. And if you wanted, you could do just some little highlights on the leaves since you've got your white pen out. And that's just going to make it pop out that much more on that paper that you've added that blue ink to. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my tape runner just a little bit on the corners and the center, and just center that. And then we're going to put this right on the card. And I will move my scratch paper out of the way. And there we go. That's it. Very simple card to do. I just love all the texture and the detail in that. So I hope you enjoyed this project, enjoyed seeing the stenciling and how easy that is to create a really interesting looking piece of fabric to layer all of these different floral images from embroidered flowers onto. Thanks so much for watching today. Please visit my blog, Hands, Head, and Heart, for more ideas and inspiration using all of my stamp sets and Gina K Designs. Thank you. God bless.